Huh? It's live. You're on. Turn the volume up so you can hear it.
All right.
It says there's one person, but I assume that's you.
Yep, that's me.
All right, we have audio.
We're rolling.
Well, say hi to the people.
Hey, people. We have it's just me.
Somebody liked it.
Somebody liked it. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, stoked. Just waiting for people to filter in.
Hey, we got people coming in.
Yeah, but yeah, pretty big day, man.
It's a big day.
A wild day. Yeah, it's been a crazy day for me, even aside from this stuff.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I didn't have this crazy day.
Man, I know. I hated that you couldn't be there. I hated it. We got a few people in.
Yeah, I saw at least 2 comments roll up in there. Thank you for the congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. NFK20, thank you for congratulations. 1996, thank you, man. Everyone is well. Yes, everyone is doing well. Yeah, just running around a lot today.
Yeah.
See if we get a few more folks in, and then I'll just kind of tell you all about all this stuff. But yeah, you want one of these, man.
What did he say?
He said he wants a hat.
Cavenders.
Cavenders, yeah. If you've got a Cavenders nearby, or a boot barn. But heck, man, eBay. Honestly, one of my favorite hats I got on eBay from a dude in Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Well,
not to toot my own horn, but I have a large head. So
you got a tough size.
I have a tough size. Yeah, I have an 8 oval, so that's hard to find.
Yeah, man. I'll give it a couple more minutes, I guess, and then I'll get into everything.
All right. Can we get a celebratory pour in yet?
Yes, we need to do that right now, man.
I haven't had one all day.
It's 9:20 and I'm bourbonless. What do you think, man?
Well, I'm going to start with this one.
I agree, 100%.
It's been a good day.
So we can tell a story behind that. We did a video on this actually, but for my birthday,
yep,
we both went up to.
Would you pour your own there?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Oh man, this is my favorite. Well, I don't know. I said the.
We still got video there.
Hang on a minute. Let me hit refresh. It's going. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
I said the High West was my favorite, but man, this is up there. I don't know. I can't. It's like picking a favorite child. You know, it's like you can't do it.
No, you're not supposed to do it.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, 1K. Yeah, awesome.
Awesome.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, and NFK20 said that's awesome. Would like one personally made. That would be cool. Yeah. So if you're into hats at all, some of my favorite. I gotta have a sip of this.
You gotta have a sip of this.
I'm gonna have a sip of this.
You didn't. While he's sipping, I'll finish the stories. For his birthday, I took him up for a behind-the-scenes tour. Do your own bottle of a Heaven Hill product. And while we were there, they had Larceny Barrel Proof, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and Bernheim Barrel Proof.
Yeah.
And we got to sample all 3 of them and pick the one we liked the best. We both liked the Larceny Barrel Proof the best, so we got to make our own bottle, label it, or wash it, dry it, label it, sticker it, cork it,
yeah, and
pay for it.
Yeah. After all that. But man, this Larceny Barrel Proof it's incredible. I got to get another bottle.
Yeah.
But anyway, though, on the hat question, so some of my favorite custom hatters, if you ever were interested in a custom hat, is Chaz Hats, CHAZ Hats. He's on Instagram and he's really good about constantly showing scenes from his workshop or whatever, hattery or whatever. I don't know what you call it. But he does excellent shapes. He does some really cool stuff. Also, Rand's Custom Hats. They're based out of Montana. And again, you know, they're pretty pricey. But you know, if you had the budget, man, you're not going to have a better hat. But yeah, I guess it's quick hat talk.
Quick hat talk, yeah.
But I guess probably we got a few, but one more person. We may as well just jump into it. I don't know.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, we really just wanted to hop on real quick and just say thanks for subbing. 1K is not, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge deal, but to Walsh and I, it's
a big deal.
Pretty big deal. Yeah. I got to thank Walsh too, because when I started the channel, it was really erratic, and I had this like thing in mind of like I wanted to do these like really high-end production videos, which y'all can, if you haven't seen them, you can go back in the history and see them. They're called Takedown Talk, and they were fun to do, but they were also like very intensive, and it was just like I did this for like I guess
you put a lot of work into them.
I did put a lot of work into it, but it
not
was like
that we don't put work into what we do
no,
now.
well, yeah, it's a different type of work, I guess. But it was like I would get out one video maybe every 2 months. Like the rate was terrible. Once you got on board, like I felt like you really, like, oh, we'll do shorts. We'll get a regular video schedule, like all the stuff. So you really helped like direct that. So yeah, so thanks to you, man, because we definitely wouldn't have as many subs without all that. And then we want to say thanks to Joe from Lancelot Leather. Super, super nice guy.
I'm so bummed.
Yeah, so Walsh is a big fan of Joe's work, of his leather work. And Joe actually had reached out to me regarding our podcast. If you guys didn't catch it, that's also one of the most recent videos, the Bourbon and Blades podcast that we just started. The first episode was a lot of fun. We had a blast.
Yeah.
I had said something that when I went back and watched the podcast, I'm like, I do not like the way I worded that. And that was, actually, you got it with you. So,
I do have it with me.
All right, so we have the Kaiser Huntsman here. Really cool knife.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to debate that. That knife came out at the same time as the Kaiser Phoenix.
In the same drop.
In the same drop, yeah. And I made the mistake of saying like, it wasn't a mistake. No. It's an opinion thing, but I framed it as if it wasn't an opinion. And I said that I felt like the Huntsman was the more exciting knife between that and the Phoenix. And Joe owns a Phoenix, and he showed it to me today. It's a cool knife. So I just wanted to kind of take a moment to say, when we're going to have him on the podcast, when we do, I'm sure he'll bring the Phoenix with him.
Yeah.
And I can have the opportunity to eat my words. So, I just wanted to say thanks to him for, he reached out to me and he was like, hey, if you want to meet up, I'm going to be at Smoky Mountain Knife Works today. So I ran out there and met with him today. And he knows a lot of folks that work there. And so he kind of introduced me to a few people, showed me around.
We got a new comment there.
Great. Hi, guys. Mattisfaction sent me. Oh, awesome. Yeah, we were just talking about that. I was about to get to that as well.
See, I'll piggyback there. I stand by my statement of between the two, this is the more cooler knife to me.
It's funkier.
I enjoy funky knives. One of my favorite knives, one of my S tier knives that is S tier for nobody else probably, is the Kaiser Quatch.
Okay.
It's a funky knife.
It's funky. Yeah.
This is just as funky and gives me the same funky vibes. I got to find a different word. However, so for me, that's why I thought that this was the cooler knife of the two, the better knife of the two. Now,
my outlook was exactly the same.
Function wise, the Phoenix is probably more functional. You're going to use it more. This is more of a showpiece, more of a just like, hey, look at this thing.
I will tell you. So, trying to get my mental narrative back on track here. So I ran out to Smoky Mountain Knife Works, met with Joe. He had the Phoenix on him. It's got a flipper and it's got a thumb stud. And the thumb stud action on that, it's right up there with the Huntsman, man. It's just this really nice, and you'll get to check it out when it comes by. But it's a great action. And honestly, that design, it's got some funk to it too. I kind of wanted to set the record straight on that. Big fan of Phoenix, has been in my pocket since I got it. That's Tree Stab and Troy. We're excited to get a hold of it and really spend some more time and talk to Joe about why he likes his and what he likes about it. So thanks to Joe, and thank you to Maddie for being a good sport about our comments and for shouting us out on his live stream. That was really cool of him to do that. I guess that's kind of what we wanted to get around.
Because that was funny, because I looked at it at maybe 3:30. And we had
like 979.
Yeah. And he texted me at like 6:30. He's like, dude, we went over 1,000. I'm like, no, we didn't. We didn't get 30 subs in the past 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And then he told me, he's like, yeah, they did a live stream and shouted us out. I was like, oh, thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
It's pretty stoked. Let's talk some knives, man. So you obviously had the Huntsman in your pocket today.
I did.
So Tree Stabbing Troy's saying he's had that Phoenix in his pocket for 3 weeks. So
yeah,
that's a winner.
so that's the same drop. Like I said, you and I got these on the same day. As soon as was it October 16th or something like that?
Oh Lord, I don't know.
I think
man.
it's when it dropped.
October and November have already like they're bleeding together.
Next week's Thanksgiving.
I know.
When did that happen?
Yeah.
So I was actually in Florida. I was at the beach, and when the drop hit, and I was like, "Oh, I'm doing it." And so I was on the Kaiser website and hit buy now, and it was like, "Sorry, sold out." Dadgummit. So I flipped over to Blade HQ real quick, and they had some, and so I hit buy now. And so because I knew I wanted it,
Yeah.
and watching them just disappear, I was like, I gotta have it.
Yeah.
So it came a few days later, but
man.
well, it arrived while I was at the beach. You checked the mail, and you were like,
checked the mail for you. Yeah.
I told him, you can open it. And he's like,
Nah, I had to leave that for you. That's special.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I guess I'll fire off with my main today. Broke AZ Knives. Hey man, thank you for coming by. All right, let's see here. This is the TRM Atom. Everybody knows the Atom. It's a great little knife. Not really little, kind of a good medium-sized knife. This one is the latest drop they did, which has these new studs on it. I think they're tie connector studs, but I have no idea. That's really just a wild guess. Handle material is burgundy micarta, and probably in this light, it's not going to be really impressive, but in daylight, it looks really nice. So that was my main today. I do have something cool we're going to get to in just a second.
okay.
But I see you have another Kaiser over there.
So I went Kaiser heavy today. You've watched any of our regular videos. I own all of them. No, I own a lot of them. So I got the Hyper. It also came out this year. That was at the Blade Show.
Yeah, that's a cool
in
one.
Atlanta. So 2 Kaisers today.
Let me see that Hyper real quick. I don't have any button locks in my collection. You know that? None. I've got a button lock auto, but I mean you can't do that.
No.
God, man, I need to get a button lock, dude.
It's fun. It's fidgety. I just wish it was a little bigger.
I agree with you on that.
But you can see the dimensions online when they're like, oh, it's a 2.9-inch blade and overall, and you think, okay, well, that's a decent size. And then it showed up, and I'm like, that's a little smaller than I would have liked. But
see, but the thing is, with like, you can get a 3-inch knife or like even like a 2.5-inch knife that's like built like a tank. You know what I mean? Where it feels like a larger knife. I guess it all kind of the handle factors in and all that. But man, this thing is fidgety as all get out, though. Yeah, nice choice, man.
Thanks.
What a lineup.
So, and then I have my Indian head coin. So, what do you got hiding over there? That spade.
I will tell you, NFK20 said, cool, I made it, not gonna lie, I'm very new here. Hey, we're happy to have you, man. Thanks for stopping by. And Broke AZ Knives, thank you as well, man, for stopping by. Pocket Knives and Harmonicas, what a great name. I got a couple harmonicas laying around here. I don't know where they're at right now. I do we do a big music thing at Thanksgiving, so I'm like getting ready for that.
Yeah. He used to do Tuesday traditionals where he would do a song on the guitar with the harmonica and talk about old knives.
That's not over. I haven't had time.
That was fun.
If you want to go check that out, yeah. So what the theme of that series is like pairing up a traditional song. Typically, they're like country or folk songs with a traditional knife. So like I did one with a Barlow, and the song was oh Lord, what was the song? It was one that Tyler Childers covers.
The only thing that keeps coming to mind is the Cumberland Gap. I know.
There's another one.
That's a great song.
Anyway, the whole point is pairing up a traditional knife, talking about its history, and then pairing up a traditional song and talking about the history of the song. So kind of a fun one. Yeah. But anyway, you were asking me about my secondary here.
Yeah.
It is the Rough Rider in Spades series Appaloosa Bone. Man, I got to tell y'all, I'm really impressed with this knife.
They knocked it out of the park.
If you're a fan of traditional slip joints, this thing is wild. Now, the blade steel's 440A, so nothing, super exciting. Although somebody mentioned on Instagram to me, oh, there's a real Scrim Shady. He does the Scrimshaw. He mentioned on Instagram to me, it's like, hey, man, 440A in my experience, he goes, I like it more than Ox 8. I like it more than 8CR. So
wow.
I don't know much about 440A, to be honest. I just always heard it lumped in with lower end steels.
Right.
But regardless, for what you're going to be doing with a traditional knife, you know, you're not going to be like doing any kind of like crazy destructive cutting.
Yeah.
This will probably be fine for you. But anyway, here's a closer look at that with the blade open. You got a main clip point there. That really cool spade shield, and the Appaloosa pattern on that bone, I think, is just beautiful. They did an excellent job with these fluted bolsters as well. Secondary blade it has like a crazy pull. It's like a 10 out of 10 pull. It's a coping blade. So yeah, it's a really cool knife. Walsh I'm
digging this thing.
Yeah.
What did he say there at the bottom? We got a couple more comments.
I think NFK said now, he said, remember to keep your heads high, your knife sharp. Take care, everybody. That's a good send off. I like it.
Send off. He's gonna miss out on the giveaway comment that we're gonna do here in a minute.
Oh, we're also gonna do a separate video about that too. So maybe you'll catch that.
I know. I'm just trying to,
trying to keep him around.
Trying to keep him around, tease him a bit here. Now we are gonna do a giveaway. We did an actual video on that.
Yes. Yeah.
Man, this thing just looks so awesome. They're coming out with another one in the same Coke bottle form, in the burnt. Yeah, like burnt crimson or something. Burnt crimson. Burnt cinnamon or something like that. So, yeah, something like that. Yeah. And I'll probably get it. So it'll look identical except for the burnt crimson part. But the fellow I spoke to today who works on the media team there, he was telling me that those may be in before Thanksgiving, but they don't know. So yeah, we just got to keep a sharp eye out. Should I picked up something while I was there. Actually, first off though, no, yeah, you got to do the coin. Yeah, I got to show you all the coins. So as I mentioned, let me get my YouTube fixed over here on my my computer. It's my outro when I eventually start making actual videos. Oh, sweet. Okay. NFK is talking about making his own videos. That'd be awesome. Do it. Dr. Drew, dude, was sent here by Mattisfaction. Lancelot Leather. Joe speaks highly of you fellas. Man, Joe's so nice, dude. Thank you, Joe. Yeah. I can't call you Joe yet. I haven't met you. Yeah. We've been friends on Instagram for a while. And Walsh has been a fan of his leather work for a long time, but I'm jealous. I actually was talking to Joe because we have somewhat similar backgrounds, and then I've done some leather work, but not nearly on the scale that he has. But I've made custom made books. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to, we'll get into all that on the podcast. So yeah, please y'all keep an eye out for that podcast. We're still figuring all that out, but we're going to get one scheduled with him. But let me just check the chat real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. No, I think I'm there. Okay. All right. So what were we on? What was the topic of? Yes, the coin. Yes. So Joe gave me this badass coin, man. Really cool, kind of a shield coin. That's awesome. So on the front, we've got this kind of a nautical star thing, or like a sea star. And then on the back, it says Lancelot Leather. So really cool, man. Yeah, I'm just stoked to add this to my coin rotation, I guess. Awesome. And, we talked a bit, and this is something I'm going to bring up on the podcast, but we talked a bit about, I'm not super in tune with like EDC items in general. I'm more just knife focused, you know, but there's like this whole world of, of obviously of coins, but also of like Knox and, obviously lights and stuff like that, and sheaths and, all that stuff. He showed me this cool slip he made where he has Lynch pocket clips, Lynch Northwest. He specially makes some pocket clips that fit into his sheaths, so you can basically carry your slip joint like in a sheath in your pocket, clipped to your pocket. It's really cool. He showed me that today. So we'll get into that all on the podcast though. Yeah. But anyway, moving along here. Carry my coin every day in my wallet. Yeah, I carry mine in my back pocket. That's his maker's mark. Okay, cool. Good to know. Thank you, Troy. Let's see. All right. So I guess I got one more thing to show off. Let's do that first, then we'll talk about the giveaway knife. Okay. All right, let's do that. Did you buy something today? I did buy something, yeah. Well, you don't go over there and not buy something. I'm telling you, I was stuck at work today. Mad that I was stuck at work today. So I'm texting him. I'm like, have fun, jerk. The anticipation. I invited you. Wait. Oh, you got one. Okay. Okay. I'm going to be quiet. All right. So the question is, which one of these is not a bourbon? I mean, everything about that box just screams like, fancy bottle of something. Almost looks like Johnny Walker or something. It does, yeah. I'm going to let you open this thing up. Check it out, man. So this is new. Yep, built by hand, backed for life. Rough Rider Black Reserve. Yep, new from Rough Rider. Oh, fresh off the presses there. Here, let me push that. Why don't we put that knife? Why don't you show them that box too? Because that box is crazy. So There, yeah, you can see that. Should be decent lighting there.
Yeah, no, that looks good.
Okay. Hope that's not grainy for you all.
Yeah,
Kind of grainy for us. We're watching ourselves. That's weird. Rough Riders Knives takes its name from a group of men who volunteered to follow Teddy Roosevelt in 1898. 23,000 men volunteered to ride, and he handpicked only 2,000. There were Princeton football players, full-blooded Pawnee Indians, trail-wise cowboys, aristocratic Englishmen, polo players, and even some Rhodes scholars. They came from every state and in social class, and those men became one of the finest fighting forces in history. They became his Rough Riders.
Oh, well, that's a good namesake.
Yeah. Woo!
Oh yeah, man. The thing's a hoss.
Oh man.
So it's their saddle horn basically. They had a saddle horn, and I'm like, yeah, I have to get it. It's a saddle horn. I will always be a sucker for a saddle horn pattern knife.
I looked at these online when he mentioned, he was like, yeah, I may look at these or may get one of these. I looked at them online, and there was a couple different patterns, but
so they got a few out right now.
Yes, some of them just said coming soon.
Yeah, a lot of them do. So what they're doing is they've got some that are going to be in this crosshatch pack of wood. Let me see that real quick.
Yeah.
And we'll see if I can hold this up well enough. For some reason, our feed that we're monitoring over here keeps getting grainy, so I hope it's not doing that for y'all. But yeah, they have this kind of a crosshatch pack of wood, and it's really nice in the hand. The texture is really nice. There's the shield, by the way. It's just a text shield. But they're also doing some in a smooth black bone if you want a smooth handle. But they have a lot of patterns that are coming. The ones they currently have are this saddle horn, a traditional trapper, and I think a peanut. But there's a bunch more. There's a gunstock coming. Oh yeah, they got a copperhead, locking copperhead. It's pretty nice too. I was stuck between the copperhead and the saddle horn, but I'm too much of a sucker for a saddle horn.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, it looks good on my end. Thanks, Troy. Picture looks great. Thank you. Is that a whole new line from Rough Rider? Yeah, it's brand new. Yeah. They teased it like a month ago.
Yeah.
And when I saw the box, I just thought the box is so dang cool. I just wanted to keep an eye out for it, and they just came in. So I don't know what the timeline is on the remaining patterns.
There's blue liners in there.
Yeah, blue liners. Yeah. So it's you've got the pack of wood, a blue G10 liner, I'm guessing, and then a standard brass liner.
Yeah.
So it is a thick knife, though. I don't want to undersell that. It is a big knife, but they did have they had the copperhead there. It's a nice slim copperhead.
Yeah, no, that's
single blade. And we'll see if we can get that walk and talk. It's got a nice sound to it and good action. No wobble on that blade. I think there was a little bit of wobble on the main blade, but nothing crazy. Yeah, just a hair, nothing bad. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this. Yeah, so that was fun. Nice pickup.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Can we back up to the spade? You didn't tell them how much that spade was.
Oh, the spade. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Real quick, in case y'all are interested in this is like $17.99. So, it's definitely, when we do our end of the year video, this is definitely going to be a budget winner for me. It's really blown me away for $17.99, man.
Yeah.
Good grief. Can't beat that.
The fit finish, the whole 9 yards is.
Yeah. No, yeah. Everything's excellent. Everything's excellent. So yeah, man. You got any more questions before I move on?
No, let's go over the giveaway knife.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Remind people. We still got a couple people on here.
Nice looking Slippy. Thank you. Yeah, it's great. What's your EDC whiskey? Oh, that's a good question.
That's an easy answer.
That's it. Well, so Walsh he's the bourbon expert. He's the bourbon side of the bourbon and blades. I'm the blade side, although he's getting to where you're about as knowledgeable as I am on blades. I don't know that I'll ever be as knowledgeable as he excuse me, as he is on bourbon, because good grief, dude, the master. What's your EDC whiskey?
My EDC whiskey is right here. It's not in front of the camera. This right here, and you're thinking, dang, that's a big bottle. Well,
so you EDC that every day, right?
Yeah, I EDC High West American Prairie Bourbon. That is my EDC. I mean, it back pocket carry.
Yeah, you know.
So no, actually, they started doing this big bottle. 1.75. Yeah, 1.75 this year. It's the first time I've ever done that. So I picked one up for vacation, and I was gone for a week.
It's a solid dent.
So, yeah, that or just larceny.
Yeah,
one of those two. And then for special occasions, we bring out some more of the heavy hitters, the Larceny Barrel Proof. I was going to bring Campfire, and then I was like, I don't know.
I thought you might.
And then I didn't know we were doing a live. Or
Yeah, the live was kind of a spur of the moment thing. Yeah. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. We're very new at doing a live. Fifth pocket carry, I see. Talk to Drew, dude. Yeah, it's an easy fit into the fifth pocket.
Yeah. Remember Jinkos?
You could do
a big Jinko back pocket.
Oh my Lord!
I saw a post that those were coming back, and I was like, well,
every Jinkos have
20,
had
30
a weird. They've had a weird life pattern, though. I remember they came back like 6 or 7 years ago. There was this very slight Jinko bump, and then they disappeared. They disappeared again.
I wore off-brand Jinkos. We got them at Goodies. Y'all remember Goodies?
Oh yeah, I remember Goodies.
I had. They were like, I don't remember what they were Tinkos.
Yeah,
they were
like that.
Something like that.
That's funny. I guess so let me answer the EDC whiskey question for myself. It would be, oh boy, this is barrel proof, but probably regular Larceny. I feel like there's something I'm not thinking of though.
I'm not going to answer for it.
Okay, actually, I do have one. I would change that to Evan Williams Bottled in Bond. The reason I say that is because, like this wonderful Rough Rider in spades, it's $17.99. And for $17.99, it is an excellent bourbon. It's very good for that price.
Yeah.
So that would be my answer, I think. But all right. Well,
we're getting this one was 50. The Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond.
Yeah.
Henry McKenna here was 75, and this one was 90 because we went up and bottled it ourselves.
Yeah.
You had to pay more to make it yourself.
Yeah.
But you also get to taste some other things and do some other things.
Yeah, it was worth. Oh man, that experience was fantastic. But what do you think, man? Should we?
Oh yeah. Talk about the giveaway now.
Yeah. So we mentioned this in the video, but we're doing a giveaway for 1K subs, and we are giving away a knife that we have both modded. Pretty excited about it. We have less time for mods than we used to. Maybe is that accurate to say?
Well, yeah. Okay. So we did more modding during the COVID time because we were at home more. We had more time to sit around and be like, well, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Now work is picking back up. Things are just getting back into the new normal. And
I hate that phrase. Don't use that phrase.
That's why I did. That's why I did the. So yeah, we've had less time. I actually have one knife that's halfway modded, and I did it like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I need to finish.
Yeah.
And then one of the newer knives that I purchased, you guys have seen a short, but you haven't seen the video yet. I'm wanting to mod it, and it's a very simple mod, and it would take me 5 minutes. I wanted to come do this instead.
I hear you. Well, yeah. So the same on my end. I just, plus we both have kids, so we're always like running around with our kids. But let's show this thing off. This is an Ezzy chirp. Now we'll just we'll take it from tail to tip here. Walsh did the Rit die. So that really cool. Let me make sure pull up on my monitor here. But Walsh did this really awesome white, not white, like a light green to dark green fade dye. And
it was white when we bought it.
Yeah.
So,
and I think it turned out fantastic. When he showed it to me, I was like, whoa, that looks great. G10 scales on this. This is the Ezzy chirp, by the way, if I haven't already said that. Ezzy chirp. Blade steel is D2. And you've got this really nice, nothing but belly really here on this blade. Now I did all the blade work here. It's an acid washed D2 blade here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but I rock carved the spine on the spine of the blade here, and yeah, did a nice stone wash.
In person you can see it, but with the knife being as thin as it is on camera, it doesn't show up as much.
Doesn't always show up on camera, but it looks really great in person. Plus, it's just nice feeling when you're reaching up for kind of to bear down on the blade if you're doing like a draw cut or something like that, or you're pushing through something. It's a good area for, not for traction necessarily, but it's just a nice texture.
Yeah.
And it pivots on bearings, which is really cool with this. It's almost like if you're looking at the pattern, it's almost like a slip joint in its appearance, and it has a nail nick to get the blade out. So in a lot of ways it resembles a slip joint, but it is locking. You have this nice big locking leaf here, and it closes nice and smooth because it's on bearings, and it opens nice and smooth because it's on bearings.
It's an interesting little knife.
Yeah. Also acid wash the pocket clip as well.
Yeah.
Right there. So yeah, kind of the first knife we've fully modded all the way through in a minute.
in a minute. Yeah.
It's kind of ironic because the channel is like, it's Knox Knife Mods.
Yeah.
But we don't really do that a whole lot anymore.
We need to. Like I said, I've got one that I
Yeah.
need to finish, and then the other one.
And I'll just let me see if we can see this. I'll just set that right there. Yeah, that should be good.
The other one I just need to take 5 minutes to do and record it and throw it up on the channel.
I do have one too. I have a video that's finished. Well, no, the recording's all done. I haven't edited. You know which one I'm talking about, I'm sure. I need to finish editing that. But yeah, so anyways, in regard to the giveaway, we're going to do a subsequent video where we will get into how you can win the knife. It's going to be pretty straightforward.
Yeah. And
of course, once we get through that and we get through the whole, giveaway side of things, we'll televise. We we'll do a live or something.
Yeah.
Showing the drawing. Yeah.
Luckily, it's small enough. It meets all standards. It's not an auto. It's not a
right.
So shipping and all that
shouldn't be a problem. Okay. All right. That's a good point. Stoked about giving that away. Stoked about hitting 1K. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. I didn't think we'd do it. I mean, I did not think we'd do it. I just was like, I don't know if we'll ever get there. And then this year, I mean, just this year alone, we doubled.
Well, yeah, and that's because of all the stuff you were doing, man. 100% is because all the stuff you were doing, like the shorts, and then plus like nailing down actually having a regular upload schedule.
Yeah.
Now that said, sometimes I'm on my end, at least I'm scrambling to get something up. But usually I feel like we do a pretty good job of staying on top of it. But yeah, so yeah, anything in the pipeline that you want to mention before we sign off here? Is there anything else we need to get into?
Pipeline. Well, let's see. All right. Well, so I've got the CGRB resource video. That's coming.
Oh, that's a cool knife. Yeah, if y'all caught, Knife Center just did a great video on.
Is that today or yesterday?
I think it was yesterday. It was on their favorite budget knives of this year.
Did you hear what he said? He said my budget is under $100. I was like, you know what?
I don't know if I believe you.
Good for you. Good for you. No, but he said most people's budgets are under $50, but for people with larger than average hands like myself,
the DCA hands,
the meat, under $100. I was like, okay.
Well, yeah. So he had the resource on that video.
Yeah,
it's a cool knife. Yeah. What's the price on that?
$70.
Okay. Yeah. And then for $70, it's a lot of knife.
Yeah, 4.2 inches. 4.2 inches on the blade. I think 9 inches overall. 6 ounces. Yeah, it's a big boy.
Yeah.
But it opens like it's got an assist to it. But it doesn't. It's
Dr. Drew, thanks, man. Love DCA. Yeah, Troy. Yeah, we love him too. He's great. Honestly,
there's a big one. What's that say?
Thanks for the live tonight, guys. Really enjoyed it. Look forward to more. Cheers from West Coast Canada. Pocket Knives Harmonicas. Thanks, man. Thank you for coming over here from Canada. Appreciate it.
Hey, we had a listen on our podcast from Canada. One person. I hope it was you.
Oh, hey, actually, if you're not already left yet, I'm interested in. I'm in line to get a Ska Hatsu. Now, those of course are produced in Canada. It's a Canada-made knife, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I don't have the budget at the moment. So have you know anything about North Arm Knives?
No.
Okay. Canadian knife company. They make a knife that's very well regarded, the Ska Ha. They're on the second generation, I guess now, the Ska Hatsu. But in order to get one, you have to get on an email list. You can't just buy it. So you get on the email. You don't have to wait very long. At least I didn't. Get on the email list. I waited about a month, and then I got an email saying, hey, you can get one. You have a week to order it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess if you don't order it within the week, you drop back down to the bottom of the queue.
Man.
Yeah. And I don't have I was thinking it's going to be like 6 months. I was like, I'll have the money in 6 months.
Man, I get stressed out enough about doing just like normal drops. Somebody else said,
spend all their money on hats.
No.
Yeah. I spent a while on hats.
Oh,
I don't
no,
know.
mine was,
he got a killer deal on that hat.
This one's 60, 65. Yeah.
God, man.
Cavenders, man.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
I got 2 of them.
My dad bought a hat from Cavenders. He bought a Gambler from Cavenders, and his was also like $70.
Yeah. If you would have said spend all my money on stuff like this,
that's true.
Would be more accurate.
That's true.
But
I'm a Stetson fanatic, so yeah, I've spent a little too much on hats. But Stetson, honestly, I love Stetson. I feel like they've kind of lost their way a little bit.
Oh, you think so?
Well, just with their marketing and stuff. Like if you go on their Instagram,
who hasn't?
I mean, they're not after,
Nope, that's a different video.
You're right. I'm sorry. Thank you. Yeah, I don't want to get too derailed here.
Other videos coming up.
Yes.
Benchmade versus America.
Yeah.
Benchmade versus USA.
That's going to be fun. Basically, we're going to, obviously, everybody knows that Benchmade pricing's gone like insane. So we're going to talk about that.
Then you've got your scuba diving video.
Yeah. So if anybody's interested in watches, I'm going to do kind of a battle between two really awesome diver watches. One's budget, one is really expensive.
Even if you're not into watches, you need to watch this video.
It'll be entertaining. Yeah, it's a really cool cave dive in Mexico. I'm just working on getting through all the footage. So we'll have that up. Takedown talk. Well, I don't know. Well, I'll let that happen when it happens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Screw it. Takedown talk 12. If any of y'all are old school like subs, y'all might remember takedown talk. But that was what started the channel. And I put it on hiatus for like a year and a half. So now I'm coming back to it. We're going to get a new takedown talk up. What it is, takedown talk is a really deep dive into number one, it's a review of a knife, and then number two, it's a disassembly, and it's all shot on high-end equipment because that's what I do for a career. Yeah, so that'll be good when we get to that. And I think that's about it. As it happens, I'm into watches. To quote Nick Shabazz, do not get into watches. Well, it'll be a fun video. The Narrows is the best budget knife of 2023. That's from the Knife Dude 96. Yeah, man.
What did he say?
The Narrows is the best budget
knife.
Shut up. We handled that.
The Slim Reaper. Yes.
The Slim Reaper.
Goodness gracious.
We got to handle that at Tennessee Cutler.
Yeah, we walked in there and they were like, "Look at this." I'm like, "I don't want to." I can't even afford to look at it. It's $500 for a piece of paper. That's no, thank you.
I think we'll talk about that in that Benchmade video.
Yeah.
Because we're inclined to get derailed. I don't want to get too derailed.
That's what the podcast is for.
That's what the podcast is for. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's about everything.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to throw up there?
No, I'm going to say the podcasting again. We've had actually I haven't looked in a hot minute. We had a lot of people listen to the podcast, not in America.
That's cool. So, we have a friend in Sweden.
We have a friend in Sweden.
So we know he's one of them.
EDC Nord, thank you so much. Somebody from Germany listened. Thank you so much. Yeah. Somebody from the UK listened. Thank you so much. Canada, like I said, I hope it was you. That would be cool. And then we had somebody from Australia that listened as well. So I feel like there was another one over there. Germany, Turkey, somewhere over there.
Let me interrupt you real quick.
Yeah.
So Tree Stab and Troy's asking, what's the podcast? Where can I listen to it? It is the Bourbon and Blades podcast. Just Bourbon and Blades. You can listen to it on Spotify, on Amazon. Are we on Apple?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not on Apple yet. It's on YouTube, so you can just pull up the channel. So we shoot video. So if you want to see the video side of that, it's on YouTube. It's one of our most recent videos. It's Bourbon and Blades, episode 1, The Tangent.
If you have Alexa, you can ask Alexa and she will play it. Because I set it up for Alexa yesterday. Yeah. Oh, that was the short yesterday that nobody watched. I set it up to where Alexa will play it. So if you say, "Hey Alexa," you don't have.
I don't have Alexa.
If you say, "Hey Alexa, play the Bourbon and Blades podcast," it'll play it for you. So yeah. So we're waiting on Google to get back to us, and Apple. I'm having trouble with Apple. So Alexa, Spotify, Podbean.
Podbean's the other one. Yeah.
iHeartRadio.
Okay.
And Amazon. Yeah. So
I listened to it on Spotify after he did the audio edit, and his audio edit's perfect. If you want the video though, it is there. I'll be honest though, I edited the video. I felt like his audio edit was better than my edit for the video. But it's nice to have the video because then you can see specifically what we're talking about.
Yeah, because we talked about a couple of knives that unless you can see them, you don't know what they are because they're 20 years old. I've actually got another video about the Smith & Wesson manual OTF.
Oh, yeah. This thing is nuts. We almost wish you brought that. That knife is so
I didn't bring it. So it's an old school. It's one of our first purchases from Smoky Mountain Knife Works a long time ago. So I brought that on the podcast, and so then I made a subsequent video about it. But you wouldn't be able to see it just listening to it. So if you watch it on the YouTube channel, then you'll be able to see it. But,
So just to give you Tree Stab and Troy, just to give you an idea of like the framing of the podcast, we basically just started off talking a little bit about what bourbon we're drinking.
Yeah.
This particular one, we didn't mention knives until like 45 minutes.
We got off the rails.
Yeah, we got off the rails pretty bad.
One of my friends at work was like, you guys talked about video games for 45 minutes. And I said, yeah, that's what it's for. Because when we shoot an actual video, this is what happens. We said we were going to do a 10-minute live. We're at 40 minutes on this live video so
we
far.
Had 40 minutes. Good Lord. Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah. This is what happens. And then we have to edit everything out that wasn't about the knife we were just talking about and get a 10-minute video. So that's why we decided, let's do the podcast. That way, no matter what we just ramble on about, we don't have to edit it out.
Yeah, exactly.
We do have to keep it under an hour and a half, we found out.
Right. So that's why we had to edit this first episode a bit, was to get it down below an hour and a half. But yeah, thank you, Tree Stab and Troy, man. Appreciate it. So yeah, you can find us on Spotify. I hope you enjoy it. We're probably going to do these like once a month, just because we want to keep the YouTube channel going too. And
scheduling.
Yeah. So yeah, like we both are working. We both, obviously like we've talked about having kids. So we've got a lot going on.
And then we have people that have said, hey, we want to be on it.
Yeah.
And so trying to accommodate them and where are we going to do it? We're going to do his house, my house, where outside, where are we going to do this? So
yeah. Actually, and I do have a studio space we can use if we want to do that. So that's an option. Yeah. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna have guests on. Excited about that. And Joe from Lancelot Leather. They already talked about it in Maddie's live stream, so I guess it's fine to talk about it. But yeah, he's down to go on one, which will be great. I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm stoked about that too, man. I want to talk to him about making you were going to have him make one for your CRKT
Razel.
The Razel.
I wasn't going to make him make one. I was going to ask kindly.
I don't know how. Yeah, I have no idea. He might be, he might be booked up, man. I don't know. I don't even know what his availability is.
I don't know.
We can ask him about that.
Yeah.
But if he does have some availability, I was going to see about one for my Bark River Bravo Century.
Okay. Who asked about the Bourbon EDC?
That was, let me go back in time here. I think that was Pocket Knives and Harmonicas, or was that might have been Dr. Drew Dude.
Because I want to know what your Pocket EDC
whiskey is. That was Dr. Drew Dude, Dr. Drew Dude, if you're still here, what is your EDC whiskey? Let us know. And there was something else I was gonna mention. How did you get Joe to leave the house?
Wow.
Joe told me up front, man. He said when I got there, he said, man, I'm not a people person. No, it was Joe's idea though, man. It was really gracious of him. So what happened was he reached out to me after the first podcast aired. Y'all, if you listen to the podcast, you'll hear us make a comment about the Phoenix from Maddie that I felt like I didn't word it the way I should have. And Joe reached out and he has a Phoenix and he was like, oh yeah, I don't think, I told Joe, I'm like, I hope I didn't offend Maddie. I was like, no, I don't think he cares. And then Joe was like, I've got a Phoenix if you want to check it out. I'm like, dude, I would love to check one out. And he was like, hey, I'm going to Smoky Mountain Knife Works tomorrow. Like we can meet up. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm there, dude. So it all just worked out. So yeah, it was Joe's idea to meet up and, he introduced me to a lot. Like obviously I've been to Smoky Mountain Knife Works like a billion times, but I've never met anybody that wasn't on the floor. So he introduced me to a few people who work behind the scenes. That was really cool. Wish Walsh could have been there, but we got it next time, man. Next time. But yeah, it was great. So yeah, stoked to have him on, man. It's going to be awesome. I love Joe. I have a lot of his leather goods, man. I need to get some stuff from him. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely going to get a slip from him.
Yeah.
But I really want a sheath for my Bark River. So that's probably number one. If he has the availability to do that. But anyway, I guess that rounded out.
I think it does.
Okay.
I think we still have 7 people watching. Hey, thanks guys.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all just stopping by.
Out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's our first live, man. Pretty cool.
Our next one will be to give this away.
Yes.
And then there'll be other giveaways in the future. I did a video a few back. You'll have to scroll back a few about what our next potential one could be. And I said, if this video takes off, we'll do it. It did not take off. So go back and watch it, figure it out. But because I had a lot of fun making that one, and I learned from my mistakes.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I'm with you.
And I'm ready to do it again and do it better. We have
the technology.
We have the technology.
Oh man, sounds good. I've got a few ideas too. But yeah, we'll save that for another video because we're pushing an hour, I guess. Where are we at now? Yeah, 45 minutes. I guess we'll sign off then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thank y'all so much. This has been a blast. I'll let you do the honors since it's your camera, but
oh, well, okay. Well, thanks for stopping by. You guys are here, so I guess you've already subscribed, so that's fine. I don't really typically do the sign-offs. I always go, take care. I'm not from California. I don't know why I started doing
I did
this,
the hang loose thing.
but I've done the
the
hang loose
shaka.
thing.
I don't know what they call it, a shaka.
Yeah. Oh, well, shaka. I haven't heard that one. I've only heard the hang loose thing. I started that 40 videos ago, and I just keep doing it.
That's been the thing now.
Take care. So I'm gonna go turn my camera off. Thanks for watching, and
thank you guys.
We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, we will keep you updated on the giveaway, all things to come, and yeah, see you guys in some future videos. Peace.